All right. This is Play Your Part Podcast, episode 17. This is the awareness and accountability section. This is your host, B.
They call me the Black Rachel Ray.
Donna Rochelle.
All right. So we're going to go ahead and start off with Kevin's Icebreakers. It's going to be kind of a short episode this week. So we're going to start off with the Kevin Icebreakers, and then Ayanna going to have her segment.
Yeah, so trying to have a little structure to these things over here. The first thing I have is just that the new Top Gun movie, I think it's Maverick, has become Titanic as the highest grossing movie of all time.
Yep, it has.
Surpasses Titanic to become the highest grossing Paramount film in history. I thought that was pretty cool. I mean, I haven't seen the movie.
Because it's a good movie. It's just that's very big to top Titanic. You know, even Titanic being almost 30 years, not 30 years, but 20 years. You know what I mean? And something for it to be at that height, as in box office selling. You know what I'm saying? It's something to like surpass that even now these days. It's pretty big feat. I think it was just like the anticipation of waiting for another Top Gun. You know, it's been 30 some years plus. You know, and there, people that the old heads who watched Top Gun when it first came out. It's kind of like now new to like see all the new CGI and stuff compared to what the old special effects were. Or whatever, so it was a good movie. I watched it.
Yeah, I guess I'll check it out whenever it gets on like HBO Max or something. But I don't go to movies unless it's the matinee. I said recently this year I discovered matinee movies. I said from now on, I'm never going to movies at night. All my dates is on Tuesday afternoons. But yeah, the next one that I have is a parent. I don't know if my video goes out when I switch over to this other thing, but
it does. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It said Kevin Gates stuns young Miami after discussing sex with his cousin in podcast teaser. Now again, like I said, you said what?
No, keep going. You said Kevin Gates.
Teaser from a podcast. It looked like I watched the video. It looked like a snippet. He said somebody pulled him to the side and said, "That's your cousin." He said, "Well, I'm not gonna stop." And I said, "So I don't know. I don't know. You gotta watch the episode, I guess, to get the full thing." But that's what they cut it to make it seem like that he had sex with his cousin.
No, he's talked about that before.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, if you don't know, you don't know. You can tell somebody after the fact. I mean,
it's too late.
Like, what? Do I stop him mid-stroke?
Let's say, after he found out, he just kept going. He didn't. Said we already here.
I love him. He so didn't care. So I haven't watched that whole interview, but I'm curious if he was talking about threesomes and the difference between, I guess, a threesome and what he considers a train, and every woman's fantasy. And I like listening to men try to, you know, speak for women sometimes. But it was a cool interview from like the clips I saw. But the cousin part, I'm good, bro. Like, no, this is why people that you be interested in, you let your grandma meet them before y'all, you know, because then your grandma should be able to tell you, like, oh, no, that's Betty Sue's cousin, grandson, and we related because she married to your great uncle. Okay, well then, thank you, grandma, and bye. It was good to know you, sir. You've been dismissed. If my grandma can trace our blood lineage, we too close. This ain't gonna.
I do not know how grandparents be knowing everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
So they can tell
their
you the
job.
whole family tree out there.
That's I think that's kind of like one of those things where I said before it's a good thing. Like, we need to get in contact with some of these old ass people before they leave this earth, and trying to figure out who your peoples are. Um, because a lot of people will have them issues and problems, especially these people in these tight knit communities who don't manifest themselves outside of that community. You need to know who you're related to, and then
Yeah.
because you end up your cousin if you don't know
Mm-hmm. They
distance or
do.
whatever it is. Yeah, so it's important to know these things. Some people
I'm,
don't care regardless. Some people don't care one way or the other regardless. But
how you
I'm just
care? Like, have you smashing your cousins?
some people don't care. Like that's in those country small knit communities, they don't care. They just like, oh, I don't care. Cousins make dozens. That's their
Ew.
mindset. Not mine, but that's why you have birth
Yeah.
defects. Um,
I don't know. I'm
but
double related on my grandma and my granddad's side. My grandma's granddad married mom's dad's uncle. So I am
it's too much.
related on my husband. My aunties and great aunts on one side, and the other side they're like my cousins, like fourth and fifth generation. It's too much.
Oh man. Nah, I said in some places it's actually illegal and what have you.
Hmm.
I said,
Yeah.
but they said studies show it doesn't lead to like uh birth defects and stuff for cousins anyway. Like if you're like a distant cousin or something,
Mm-mm. That's
more so like brothers and sisters, that's definitely gonna mess up your kids, which is even worse. But
Yeah.
that's some
yeah,
Alabama shit.
you said what?
That's some Alabama Kentucky backwood type of shit.
No, that's the
Don't
back.
put
That's
Alabama in
a
there.
no. That's the backwood Georgia type shit too.
No, it's not.
I
We
said
gonna do
that's
that here.
Kentucky, genius. But yeah, so my last one is B. I think I told you this one yesterday about the vegan wedding that somebody was throwing a vegan wedding, and after
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
they sent out the invitations, they said if you are omnivore, if you eat meat, you are uninvited. Cool.
Oh.
I want that nasty. I mean, well, some vegan food is good, but I'm not going to a wedding to have your vegan food at your reception.
So pretty
I
much you ain't gonna
mean,
have no. You pretty much ain't gonna have no food there.
yeah, pretty much. That's what it sounds
So
like.
that means I need to eat before I come.
Or not come at all.
No, if you eat meat, you're not invited.
Mm-mm.
So
Say we couldn't go.
guess I'm sitting at the
Mm-mm.
couch now.
All you gotta do is
Ah.
go in there and say, "Yeah, I just converted yesterday." Said I fell off the wagon. Tomorrow, I'm gonna fall off the wagon tomorrow. I'm just gonna let you know ahead of time.
Vegan wedding, like that means you're not gonna have certain. You're probably not gonna have alcohol there either. Alcohol. Yeah, I can't go.
But
I'm not feeling. If it's a vegan wedding, like some alcohol you're not gonna be able to have there. So it's other stuff other than meat.
Yeah.
yeah, you said you can't have alcohol at a vegan wedding.
Like some alcohol they consider vegan because of like how it's made or the ingredients.
Mm. I said, first off, you telling me ain't gonna be no meat at this wedding? Nah, I can't drink. I'm not going.
I'm not going.
I said, I wasn't going anyway.
Like hell nah.
I said,
I
I
gotta
can
be
skip a
home.
meal and be at your wedding. But I said, I don't know about
I gotta be hungry and sober. Like, no.
yeah, this is
And don't let it
ridiculous.
be. And don't let it be outside. It's gonna be hot too.
Yeah. I said, it's
Uh-uh.
got to be outside. Everything is plant based. The chairs are hemp. That's-
Right now, I'm
in the
good.
forest out here. Nah, but yeah, that's all. That's all I have for today.
Okay.
A lot of random news didn't come out this week. I like to choose like the weird stuff.
hmm
Yeah.
It seems like everybody was chill this week. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. I think the next topic is yours. Yana, yours is the next one.
Mary Dixon one. So, oh, okay. I know. So I've been wanting to talk about this for a while. Probably should talk about this during like the relationship series when we were talking about it. But I have been, I keep up with the news and I watch the news and stuff like that. And one of the stories that I keep hearing, women get attacked or kidnapped, assaulted, or just some form of violent retaliation advances from their counterpart, men. So there's just been dozens of stories. There's been a story about a girl that worked at Walgreens that reported her coworker was giving her unwanted advances. They didn't really do anything about it, and next thing you know, she ended up dead in the break room, stuck in a locker somewhere. There was a lady in Jersey that met a guy online, was dating him for a while, went to his house, just like to chill, like to do with your significant other, and he ended up holding her hostage that whole weekend. And the only way that she was able to get free was because he let her order a little special instructions part. She told the restaurant to call the police. And there's another, the last one that I know of was a lady that was getting gas at a gas station outside of Atlanta. Guy approached her, unwanted advances, and he stuffed her in her trunk, and she drove off. And thankfully, it was one of those trunks that you could just like kind of pop open from the inside out, and she was able to like tumble out and escape. But it's just an ongoing like and it's like really getting out of hand. I don't know if people are crazy because COVID happened and we're just kind of stuck in this whatever. But it's just the crime increase with this is just it's uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable to me just as a woman. So I decided to try to take a well, there's like a positive approach to it, which was how to respectfully turn down someone who won't stop, asking you out, or how to turn down somebody respectfully that you don't want, know, advances to. And disclaimer, I know men that get agitated with rejection. I know some women out here that will get violent if you reject them. I know some women out here that will create a whole story based on, what is and what isn't, uh, to make it seem more than what it is and become obsessively and crazy. But it just seems like women getting attacked for rejection is the headline right now. So the author, and this comes from Buckle, his name is Lakin Power. He lists 7 ways to respectfully decline someone's unwanted advances, or if they just repeatedly ask you out after you've given them that initial no. So the first one he suggests is to make eye contact. Important when I'm serious about a conversation with somebody, I do like to give eye contact so that you know that I am serious, so that the speaker knows that you're whatever delivery you're trying to give to them, that you're being firm with it and that you're being direct and there's no hesitation about what you're saying. The second one is don't make excuses. I do have a problem with this when I'm telling people no. I'd be like, no, because, and it's just like when it gets to this point where you're trying to respectfully tell somebody no after they've, approached you or whatever, I just feel like you don't have to tell them no. You don't have to give them an explanation as to why you're saying no. Just take it for. Don't feel bad about telling somebody no. It's the thing you have to learn. Um, keep it, make a big excuse as to why you're saying no. It could be one of those things where it kind of backfires, where they counter your and then you just go down that whole rabbit hole of like, dang, I was really just trying to just reiterate my no, and now you didn't confuse me, and I'm probably going to backtrack. So don't make an excuse. It's especially with eye contact. Make sure you're direct and you're firm. But always make sure that it's honest when you're being direct. Make it seem like it's something else other than what you're trying to deliver. Because again, that's off track, going down the wrong road, trying to get this message across so we can move on. And the fourth thing is like be consistent. So I know it's hard for people to reject people, but you have to be consistent in your stance, which means don't go wavering in what you're saying to somebody. Like if it's, I don't think that we're compatible, and so I don't want to continue to see you anymore. Like stand on that. Don't go down that path that I see some people go on where they're like, oh, but we can still be friends. No. Can't do that. Now you're giving that person that you're trying to firmly reject hope that even if you're the person that's getting rejection, a little ray of sunshine that might come, they could, that you accept their advances. And we all know that can like spiral out of hand, stalkerish, obsession, Lifetime movie special. So do not do that. Also, don't feel bad about if their feelings are going to be hurt. You can have some empathy towards knowing that that what you're saying, the rejection you're saying is going to hurt their feelings, but don't let that empathy be so overwhelming to you that now you feel I have to be responsible for making them feel better after this rejection. Because now, what was the point in you rejecting that? What was the point in you giving your rejection? You might as well just kept it how it was. But you cannot be responsible for how somebody feels towards you if you don't share those feelings. And so have empathy, but don't oversaturate your empathy in the situation. And, above all, sometimes you have to be rude. I mean, you can start off being polite. Some people just can't take no for an answer. They can't just take it for what it is. You sit and you tell them several times, like, no, leave me alone. You block their number, you block them on social media. You close to call the police on them. And then, it just gets to the point where you just got to be like, you know what? And you got to be rude. and some cuss words gets thrown in there, and that's okay, because sometimes that's the only way that some people understand. Like, you have to be rude for them to understand. And unfortunately, even after you've been being rude with your rejection, they still don't get it. And at that point, I would just tell you to get law enforcement involved, because at that point, I'm not talking no more. It's the law, or if you come up on me, it's a bullet, one or the other. Like, I didn't try to be nice about this, but you're just not understanding. And so I just think those are, like, good positives behind, rejecting somebody. I know that sometimes you can do all that and you can be as assertive and as calm and collect, and you can care about the other person's feelings to get the message across. And sometimes it doesn't work. If they spaz out, you then now they're a stalker. Now you got to get a restraining order. Like, sometimes it just don't go that way. But I'm thinking that majority, and I'm not a guy, so I don't know, but I'm thinking maybe like the majority of the violent retaliation is maybe because the delivery of the rejection was messed up. I mean, I'm not saying that's like a reason why you should be, violent, but, it probably just didn't help with what happened after, the rejection. So, guys, have y'all been rejected by a female? And if you were rejected by a female, how did you respond? Like, without telling her, if you were violent, that's fine. I'm not gonna judge you. Everybody else might judge you. Or if the female didn't respectfully reject you, like, how would you have wanted that to go? And why do y'all think that there are some men out here that have been aggressive or violent after rejection?
Never once been rejected by a female. I'm batting 1,000. No, I'm just uh nah. I don't normally hit on women anyway, for real.
Mm-hmm.
That stuff just happens anyway. But I mean, sometimes, like, I mean, even when I'm just talking, like, I don't go up to a girl with the intention of, like, getting with them. So, like, and they just bring it up in conversation that they have a boyfriend. I think that's like a form of rejection, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody gave me the wrong number or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. But that's it. I think that's a way to, like, reject people. Like, that's ways that I would say to go about rejecting people when they hit on you, because you just be like, yeah, sure, here's my number, and like give them a fake number or something. Make sure it's the right area code, and it's 7 digits.
I've given somebody I have, because I don't like hurting people's feelings like that. Because I know it takes a lot for you to come as a guy and, like, approach a female and put everything out there and, be like, hey, like, I like you, I want to get to know you. And I'd be like, damn, man, like, I'm not interested. But it used to be back in the day, me and Tanya would give them each other's number. So, like, if it was a guy for me, I'd give him Tanya's number, and then vice versa.
That works too. You could, or you could, it's this thing called the rejection hotline. And they call or text it. You call it, it's like a message, or if you call it, it's like a message that they say the person who gave you this number was not interested. It's like, or they, like, if you shoot them a text, it would be like, it's the rejection hotline. Unfortunately, this could be for many reasons that they reject you. But yeah, I don't know. So no, I have never been violent. I was like, the worst that you'll get from me is probably all right. Or like when the girls will tell me, she'll be like, I have a boyfriend. I'll be like, I didn't ask all that. I wouldn't wouldn't try. Wasn't even hitting on you. I just thought we would have a conversation.
I was just like, man. I mean, I don't know. So like I said, I don't like hurt guys' feelings like that. I guess that's why I'm just like too damn friendly. Or I am a flirtatious person. That is just part of my personality. So I don't know. I did have to turn a guy down. This is like over a year ago. Like I met him on a date night. We went out to dinner. But I'm more of like a vibe person. So like you can be whoever you want to through text, phone call, email, whatever. But like face to face in person, the vibe has to be there. And it
Yeah.
just wasn't there. And so I knew during the dinner, like I was never going to we ain't going out no more after that. And he was a little upset about it. Like he was like angry about it and was like, well, if we can't be together or do anything, then let's just be friends. And I told him I didn't want to be his friend because I know sometimes guys and females will use that pretense of friendship to try to gain something more, even after you've already, said like there's nothing that's going to be after that. Like I had to end up like blocking this guy. I had to block him on social media. I had to block him across all platforms because he really thought that he could change my mind. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
harassing is not changing my mind. It's only making me want to call law enforcement for them to go to your job and pick you up. And I had to end up being rude. Like literally probably cussing him. Yeah, I did cuss him out. And literally told him to leave me the F alone. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't try to find me on social media. Don't do none of that. If I walk into a Walmart and you're already there, you need to go the other direction. Because after that, after this conversation, um, I'm gonna end up calling the police because now you're harassing me and it's just unwanted. So I mean, I think it's the only time I've ever had to be really rude to a guy to the point of like I'm threatening to call the police on
Yeah. I said he was trying to get that loan game in there. He said, I'm gonna go be a friend real quick. I
no.
said, one day she gonna have a long day at work, and you know who she's gonna call?
Not you. I mean, I was so rude about it. I told him, I said, my ex-husband has a better shot at being with me right now than you. That's probably as mean and nasty as you could get. And he just still was relentless.
Yeah. Hey, some people can't take no for an answer. I mean, too many people to be mad about one. So I'm literally gonna see another girl when I turn around.
That part. You have any response, Brandon? Any unfortunate stories or rejection, or if it's been the other way around, stalking female, or
But then how do you feel about, like, because they say, some people say persistence is key. Like, you remember,
mm-mm.
it was somebody I heard somewhere. It was they was like, back in the day when your grandmother used to tell the story of, like, I didn't even like your granddaddy at first, but he just kept asking me out. One day I
um,
finally said yeah.
so I
He
can
said,
tell, I can tell
harass
you. Like I ain't even want your granddaddy. He wore me down. He's like, okay, grandma. Um,
and then
I
you wonder, men don't take no for an answer. It's like, cause this is how my granddaddy and grandma, they've been together for 70 years now.
um, I I personally like I personally I don't like aggressive men. I don't. It just turns me off. I'm automatically turned off by aggressive men. I would rather for you to just be subtle and then I can let you know like if you should be more aggressive or not. But like coming like out of the gate aggressive, like you calling, texting me, out, let's do like that shit on my nerves. Like I like no. Like no. I don't even talk to my mom every day. You know what I mean? Like that's my mama.
Right.
So I don't like that shit. I don't. It's some women they love that. They like love that chase. That oh he calls me 5 times a day. I know his every move. If that's your thing, then hey, go ahead. But I've never been that type of female. Like never.
Said you might get one text a day from me.
You can't hear you, Brandon.
I said, how's your day going? So
Yeah, nah. Um, me personally, I mean, it's just all about. All it says is all about your approach, and then depending on your intentions of what you're trying to do. Sometimes you just going in there just to be casual, and if whatever happens, happens. If it doesn't, it does. It's cool. I mean, you just got to read the energy in the room for me to know yes or no. But most of the times, it's like I always tell you, like it's all about approach. If you try to approach just to have a conversation, mine that's all I'm kind of really listening to is the conversation. If you can't carry a conversation, then you already know that's going to be a wrap already off the get go. So we don't have to worry about going further than that. So that's just my mindset and mentality. If I have a conversation with you, you can't hold a note. Yeah, it was nice meeting you. Yeah, huh? About face and go the other way. Because then I mean, this can't go no further than what it is right now. So I mean, even if I what if it was a situation for me to get rejected and be like, oh, well, I have a boyfriend. Okay, that's cool, but that's not the conversation that we're having. We're just having a conversation because sometimes it's just a conversation that'll tell you a lot about a person off the rip, off the get go. But if somebody says no, it means just no. Like Kevin said, there's more people in the room. Okay, just move around. I don't know. Just like it's just best for you to go somewhere else. And if somebody says no, then it's not working out. It's just not working out. But mine is a 10. Halfway into the conversation, or if you're on a date with somebody, you already know where this is gonna go already. So it's almost like you just say have the conversation, and then if it turns out that they want to have a conversation afterwards and being like, oh, I enjoyed my time, this is then the third, I'd be like, oh, okay, it was nice. So what do we do from here? Well, this is what we're gonna do from here. I'm really just not in the situation or in the position to want to continue this conversation. And that's really kind of like the way to be blunt about it is just being blunt about it. I'm not saying I hate your guts or you're boring or you're lame. I'm just saying that just not my cup of tea. And that's just a preference. If you get mad about preferences, then I'm gonna say, well, why'd you eat raisin oatmeal today? Or why'd you eat strawberry oatmeal today? And I wanted to eat pancakes. That's a preference, man. Like I don't get mad at me because somebody doesn't want to didn't want to continue something. That's their livelihood. They don't have to be forced into anything. It's free will for a reason. When things are forced, it never feels right. It never feels organic. If it doesn't feel organic and doesn't feel right, don't do it. So don't force yourself and try to be nice and I don't want to hurt their feelings. Well, I didn't hurt your feelings. I just told you what the business is. I'm not feeling it. This is what it is. Now, if you go into the realm of asking me the question of why, then I'm gonna be like, do you want me to tell you the truth or lie to you? I mean, I just wasn't feeling it. You should, just stick with that. Like it didn't have to be a specific reason. It's just like the energy wasn't there in the room. I didn't feel the energy in the conversation that we had. That's really about it. Like, rejection is rejection. That's just part of the game that you play. So not understanding what the game is your first mistake coming into the conversation. You don't understand that there's a possibility that this girl will not talk to you further than go. And by you not knowing that, by you going into it with the intentions of not being having a comprehension of that, you've already lost already. before you even said anything to her, you lost already, because all that confidence was on hot air. You was running on hot air. That's what you were. You were running on fumes. You weren't even running on anything, knowing that she could say no, or she said I could have a boyfriend or whatever. Then from there on, and then she stops right there. That's her defense mechanism of saying that I do not want to continue this conversation, and just
Mhm.
turn around and go walk away. Her loss, whatever. But you just got to like learn how to take rejection. Some people don't, and I think that's just like an issue that people don't know how to take rejection. No means no. If they don't want to talk to you, then that's fine. Like, leave it alone. Don't try to force the situation on them. It just makes the situation more awkward. It makes you weird. It makes it weird for you to even like sit there and have that conversation with them. But no means no. If they don't want to do it, then if they don't want to leave it as such. So we just have to know what boundaries to not cross. So
So neither one of y'all, after a female has said, hey, I'm not interested, whatever, y'all have not chose to further pursue a female to change her mind.
no. What for? If you said no, then that's no. That was there's nothing to pursue after that. That's a clear, direct conversation. I mean, why keep going to something? And if she said no, then she said no.
No,
It's just pretty simple. Pretty simple trait. She said no. She said no.
and I'm lazy. I said I wasn't hitting on you in the first place.
Oh,
That's toxic Kevin here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Uh,
Kevin over here going like this, man. Then fuck you then.
I had
well,
to. I had
Your dusty
but
ass.
here's the flip side of
to.
that. And I really feel bad for guys sometimes, especially when it comes to like the whole topic of like sexual harassment, where you for and y'all's like it might be the other way around, where you told a female no and she still pursues you afterwards, or signals are crossed and she thinks that you want her or that you're interested, and she pursues or whatever, and then all of a sudden, because you were being nice, nasty, trying to let her down easily or whatever, and she finally gets the picture. Now you're in the midst of like a whole sexual harassment, the retaliation against y'all rejecting females. That part I really do hate for y'all, because I mean I've seen cases where that dude is innocent, but played out again by made it look nasty, and it wasn't even that way. So like, are y'all careful about pursuing a female just based off of like how quickly it could turn into something like that, based off of just like nothing?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, nowadays with the climate and everything, it's harder, I guess, because yeah, it could be considered harassment. And they could spin it or any way they want to, which is why I said I don't normally hit on women. Like I literally just having a conversation with you, like because I talk to random people all the time. I'm just a friendly guy, and then once we like start talking, either you feel that energy coming from me, or you like think that I'm hitting on you, and you tell me some crazy stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I said I got a joke on my stand up. I said when I tell a girl, I said I'm just trying to be friends or something, and I invite you over to like hang out, and we watching the show. They be mad. I'm just actually watching the show. I said I'm invested.
You did
Yeah.
it. So what about you, Brandon?
Um, I don't know. I always tell people you. It's like this. People can say climate and everything else. I ask the question: what are you? What is your purpose? What are you doing? And that's the question. What are you doing? What is your purpose? If you're not out here trying to pursue somebody, then don't worry about it. I'm not trying to come after you. Like I'm not gonna come out my way and come on my face and just try to say some slick stuff. But at the same time, like everybody's ultra sensitive about certain things. And if you don't want to talk to nobody and be by yourself, don't be a blocker. Go walk over there. Go. This is your friend. This is you. You don't want to talk? Go on the other side of your friend and go talk to somebody else. Stop being blockers. And everything is not about me trying to come up to you mad aggressive or something like that. Yo, I seen that ass across the stairway. I was really looking at that.
Oh fuck no! I'm gonna get cussed out.
Bro, nobody's doing all that, bro. Let's be it for real. It's like a subtle approach. If you don't want to talk to somebody, just say, I don't want to talk to somebody. That's clearly as day. Forget the being ultra sensitive. You ain't got to worry about it. Just straight up tell them. That's the problem with today is people want to be ultra sensitive, but then you're not being transparent and telling somebody off the get go that I don't want to talk to you or I don't want to talk to nobody. I just okay, cool then. Go over there, and I'll go over there. So just be straight up forward with people. Transparency is like the key to it. I'm not gonna, as long as I don't come out of my way and call you out your name, then you could just clearly say I'm not really interested in talking to somebody right now.
Mhm.
As simple as that. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't just try to make a scene and being like, oh my gosh, you're such a pig, or you're trying to hit on every female in here, this, and this. Excuse me, what's your name? Did I pull your chain? Was I talking to you? No, I wasn't. So if I wasn't talking to you, you should do like anybody else who worked. Oh, I wasn't talking to. Is go the other way. I wasn't talking to you. If I was talking to you, you could clearly just tell me, I'm flattered, but I'm really not interested right now. We need to save the drama, save the BS, and save the embarrassment. Because a lot of people try to use and abuse situations just to be that person. You want to be seen and want to be loud. Because I can get loud with you too. Because I can call you ignorant, simple female. Stop talking to me. And I did not cut you at all. And I put you in your place. So if you want to be loud and ignorant, we can do the same. But it's never going to turn out in anything positive into it. So to be positive about it, just tell somebody that you're not interested in talking to them. As simple as that. I just go the other way.
I said it is on my bucket list to get a drink thrown in my face, so I want to get around here.
I
So
never.
you gotta get, yeah, you gotta grasp real.
Walk away.
Yeah,
You should walk
yeah.
away before they do something. Like just walk away from the dude. If like it just ain't even.
Well, it's different too. I mean, it's totally different. There are people who are mad aggressive and they like really handsy when they want to like put
Mhm.
their hands on you and like, oh, fuck, really for real? You know what I'm saying? And then like don't like just say it. It's like we can't always say it. Like it could be male or female because there's some mad aggressive females too. That
It is.
that they come at you and be like they more aggressive than dudes are. You be like
They
this,
are.
yo, am I like what? Nah, bro, I'm good. And you just got to learn how to walk away from that situation. So I mean, you got like you're in amongst a bunch of people. You're not like in a dark parking lot of Walmart. You know what I'm saying? And like you can't yell or scream and somebody gonna beat you across your head. You know what I mean? You're amongst people. Somebody gonna hopefully say something, see something, say something, do something. But like
Right.
that's just
People
that's
don't
just
have time to keep walking.
yeah. That's just like what they call it toxic masculinity, and that's just
Yeah.
not and that's not and that doesn't only go for men. Women can fall into that same category too. Being
Hmm.
to, being but the toxic masculinity when you're over here thinking that you have to dominate the situation or the
Yeah.
conversation or everything on together. That's being mad aggressive. That's like
I
not a
hate
that's not a cute, that's not a good thing. That's not a good look.
Mm-mm. I don't like
So
females like that. That be aggressive. Like aggressive, like more aggressive than a dude. And I'd be like, damn, like tune down your testosterone, homie.
Yeah,
Like,
it just it's that's I call it that's duress under desperation. That's what that is. You've been striking out, but your RB you're not your batting average is horrible. You've been swinging for you 0 for 1,000, and you now you're gonna try to make this happen or make this work.
oh my
Nah,
god,
man,
yes. Hate
that's
that.
nasty, bro.
That's for females and guys. Like, I
Oh, we
really.
go. Oh yeah, you gonna like me? You going home with
Yeah,
me?
oh my god.
All right.
Well, do y'all like in closing? Do y'all like when females like actually shoot their shot and it not be the other way around of a guy shooting their shot?
Oh yeah.
I'm cool with it. I
Sorry.
mean, it's all about approach. It's all about approach. That's how you do it. If you don't do it mad aggressive, I'm cool with it. But you mad aggressive with it, and I'm gonna be like this. Nah, bro. That was a
You know,
nice
you got
attempt.
they got that meme out there that say, well, guys, would y'all talk to a girl if she approached you first? And it said the response was a guy would talk to a tree if it approached him first.
That's true. So have y'all had a female shoot their shot?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
had that before.
And I turned her down.
you asshole. That is why cis females don't shoot our shot because I'm like,
You
no,
got
I'm not.
what y'all. You got to be. I mean, rejection is part of the game. If you don't, like I said, if you don't think that that's not going to happen, then you obviously didn't read the rules to the game. Rejection might and will happen. And if you don't can't accept rejection, you should not be playing the game. So that's just part of it. Like you can get rejected. You just gotta shrug this shit off and go to the next one. So I mean, hey, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just about how you approach it. If you're mad aggressive, it's probably not gonna work for you. You know what I mean? And I try to like not laugh in your face if you try to come mad aggressive. what? What was
You
that
are
again?
you are a asshole.
No, I'm good. I appreciate you, but no, I'm good. Yeah, yeah,
I said,
yeah.
also,
Yeah,
I'm a dentist.
Brandon, he probably would have got cussed out by me a long time ago. Because you are such an asshole.
Why do I have to be an asshole?
You are.
I'm just being no, I'm just being me. Like if you come to me mad aggressive, I would want you to act the same way as if I came to you mad aggressive. That never happened. I don't know coming to females mad aggressive like that. That's crazy.
You
Like for what?
don't.
That's kind of that's kind of like that's just putting it out there and like you shouldn't do that, man. That's like you do unto others on that tip.
I've only shot my shot one time out of, all my years of dating and liking somebody. Just one time. And I don't know. It was fine, but I wasn't aggressive. I was very subtle. And I
Yeah,
guess he appreciated
good old days when a girl would come up to you and shove her hands down your pants.
what the
Oh, all right.
sexual harassment.
Oh, so we
Wow.
Sexual harassment. I mean, you gotta realize that we live in a society now that like some of the things that I don't know. I guess some of the things in the past when people were dating or whatever wouldn't have been an issue, but now it is an issue. Like so before I divorced, like I dated 10 years ago. So like post divorce, it was just weird because it's just like so many boundaries, barriers. You're wondering why are you acting like this? Why is this even a thing? And then it's like, oh damn, like we really have moved forward to like a inclusive society where you really kind of gotta be scared to say and do certain shit because it's on the body. Versus somebody like me that's like, I mean, I don't like that's cool, and then they be actually shocked, like, oh, that's cool, yeah. Like, well, who are you out here seeing that they would get offended by that? But there are some people that get offended by a lot of shit. Obviously, I don't know.
Mm. It's just a different time. Mm. Mm. Still got to get that drink thrown in my face. You see me out there.
You're probably gonna get a sexual harassment charge on top of that.
That part.
I said I was. I said I wasn't really sexually harassing you. I was just provoking you.
Mhm.
Wow.
Throw that drink in my face.
Harassment. Like, I don't know, like 20 years ago, sexual harassment was kind of not as broad as it is now. Now it's like anything. Like anything goes. And
Right?
that's what I'm saying, like for y'all as men, so bad because it probably is a lot harder for y'all to, shoot y'all shot, be out here because, anything you say, do, smell, look, feel can be considered, you know, going down that line of harassment. So y'all be safe out here.
Just wanna.
You said,
I'm just gonna go ahead and put this little news piece out. Hey, if you stay in the state of Florida, man, be careful about these ponds and these rivers you stay in, because these alligators are highly aggressive right now. So, elderly lady who got jumped by two alligators and got pulled in.
Mm-mm.
It's hot out there. Y'all be safe out there in them streets. Really do.
Stay away from the water. Just stay away from the water.
Yeah. Stay away from the water and stay away. Hey, also, keep little Fifi away from the water too, because
Yes.
alligators don't know any better between Fifi and a little deer or little kids. I'm being serious. Like
No.
ultra aggressive right now. I guess it's, I don't know if it's food storage or if it's just they don't even care. They're clapping anybody. So ain't nobody
That
exempted from it.
it's hot and it is a food shortage, like for real.
Yep.
And I'm getting tired of
So
reading articles like that where people are like their kid was snatched in the lake, or my house, my dog, or whatever. Like, come on, like y'all have some common sense. Like seriously.
little Fifi, we walking on the street. Now if the alligator's on the street, we can see him. So
Yeah.
yeah, but just want to put that out there. But I think that's all the topics for today. I greatly
Mhm.
appreciate you, Kevin and Yana, coming on today. And this is Play Your Part